Forget round-trip tickets. When we talk about going to Mars, most people imagine a heroic mission a few years away from home and then the triumphant return to Earth. But what if I told you that with what science knows today, this trip might have no return? That a journey to Mars could in practice be a one-way ticket. Not because the spacecraft can't make it back, but because your body can't handle living here anymore. Everyone talks about rockets, futuristic ships, red dome colonies, and a new life on another planet. Almost no one talks about the silent side of this adventure. What gravity or the lack of it does to every muscle, every bone, and every drop of fluid in your body. Technology might take you to Mars, but it's your body that will decide whether you can ever come back home. The problem starts long before landing on Mars. The trip there alone is already a massive challenge for the body. For months, you would live in microgravity, practically floating inside the spacecraft. At first, that sounds fun. No weight, no effort to stand up, no carrying heavy things. Except the human body was built to live under Earth's gravity, being pulled downward all the time. When that force disappears, a kind of silent collapse begins. The fluids in your body, which here on Earth stay well distributed thanks to gravity, start behaving differently. More fluid moves to the head, increasing pressure in the eyes and brain. Many astronauts return home with vision problems we still don't fully understand. Headaches, puffier faces, that sensation of heaviness in the upper part of the body. And that's just the beginning. Meanwhile, your muscles start to give up the job. Without gravity pulling you down, the body concludes it no longer needs as much strength to keep you upright. The legs, which carry you all day here, practically go on vacation. In just a few weeks, muscle mass drops significantly. Even if the astronaut trains every day, it's like trying to hold water in your hands. You save off the worst, but you still lose a lot. The bones suffer even more. They were designed to bear your weight step after step, year after year. In the absence of weight, the body decides it doesn't need bones that strong and starts pulling calcium from them as if it were recycling material. The result is similar to accelerated osteoporosis. In months, what would take years to happen here on Earth unfolds in space at an alarming pace. The spine changes, too. Without the compressive force of gravity, it stretches by a few centimeters. It might sound nice to grow a little, but it comes at a price. Pain, discomfort, misalignments. Many astronauts return to Earth walking in a strange way, hunched over with chronic back pain because the body simply wasn't made to spend that long without weight and then go back to gravity. Now, imagine that after months in this environment, you finally arrive on Mars. It's no longer total microgravity, but it's far from Earth-like. Martian gravity is about 38% of ours. That means if you weigh 80 kilos here, over there, your body feels something around 30. Sounds great, right? Lighter, easier to move. But from the body's point of view, it means something else. It's never again forced to work with the full load of a terrestrial environment. Over time, your bones and muscles will adapt to this new reality. Everything in you starts being designed for Mars. The heart adjusts to pump blood in a lower weight environment. The joints work with less effort. The skeleton doesn't need to be as robust. The longer you stay on this new planet, the more your body becomes Martian, at least from a physical standpoint. And here comes the scary part. What if after months or years living on Mars, you try to return to Earth? It would be months in space again, and suddenly your body, which got used to working with much less weight, has to cope once more with 100% of Earth's gravity. The heart has to push harder. The bones, now more fragile, must support a load they haven't borne in a long time. The muscles, accustomed to the easy life, are forced to run at full power again. What could happen? Extreme difficulty just to stand up. Overwhelming fatigue from trying to take a few steps. Higher risk of fractures, joint problems, intense back pain. The circulatory system could struggle with dizziness, drops in blood pressure, fainting, maybe with a lot of physical therapy and months of treatment. Part of this could be reversed, but no one knows for sure how far that can go. And it's precisely this uncertainty that turns a mission to Mars into something very close to a permanent exile. Faced with this, some scientists and engineers are already considering another strange possibility. People who go to Mars may end up spending the rest of their lives in space on orbiting stations or in environments with artificial gravity. They would be citizens of space, no longer fully belonging to any planet. Perhaps Earth's gravity becomes too heavy and Mars is too weak, forcing these people to live forever in a technological middle ground. Of course, there are ideas to try to avoid all this. One is to use spinning spacecraft to create artificial gravity similar to Earth's. Another is to develop special suits that apply pressure to the body, simulating weight, or drugs that protect bones and muscles. Intense daily workouts are already part of current astronauts' routines. But the truth is simple. No one has spent years on Mars to know exactly what will happen. Most of what we're talking about here is based on studies from short missions on the International Space Station and simulations. So before sending a group of people to live on Mars, humanity will have to face a tough question. Are we ready to accept that they might never be able to come back? That it's not just a mission choice but a definitive change of world. Is it courage, sacrifice, or madness? If you received an offer today, a guaranteed spot in the first Martian colony with everything paid, cutting-edge technology, food, shelter, new landscapes every day, but with one clear condition. You will never return to Earth. Would you accept it? Would you be okay knowing you'd never again feel your body's full weight? Never again walk the streets of your city? Never again hug someone under the blue sky here? In the end, this might be the true face of Mars colonization. Not a simple trip, not a long mission with a guaranteed return, but a definitive migration. The first humans on Mars may not be just astronauts on a work assignment. They may be the first voluntary exiles of modern history, giving up the planet where they were born to try to build a home on another world. And that's why when we hear that those who go to Mars might never return, we're not talking about cheap drama. We're talking about the limits of the human body, about science, medicine, ethics, and how far we're willing to go to leave our mark on the cosmos. The question isn't just how are we going to get there, but who will we become when we can never come back? And would you accept a one-way ticket to Mars knowing that Earth in practice would be lost to your body forever? Tell me in the comments because I really want to know your answer. And if you enjoy this kind of journey through science and the future of space exploration, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot so we can keep bringing stories that show the fascinating and sometimes frightening side of living in such a vast universe. Thank you and see you in the next.